With your first news at 6 Sports, here's JT Faribault.
It's the end of March, and believe it or not, it's just warm enough to begin outdoor sports. The University of Mary's track and field program hosted the Al Bortke Open at the Community Bowl this afternoon. And let me tell you, I'm sure these athletes are happy and ready to be outside. In the men's 1500 meter was the first event of the day, and finishing first, it's going to be Jamestown's David Martin. He crosses with a time of 4 minutes and 17 seconds. Now here's the women's 100 meter hurdles, and it's Valley City State's Karina Olson coming through. She finishes in 15.24 seconds. Now fast forward to the men's 400 meter dash. That's a full lap around the track. Cale Church, he's going to come in first from University of Jamestown. He does it in just under 54 seconds. Now it's the women's 100 meter dash. Kendall Berg from UMary, she blows through the finish line, passes all of her opponents. She gets the big win. And let me tell you, on Thursday night, Devils Lake graduate Grant Nelson had the performance of a lifetime. He put up 24 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 blocks to help the Alabama Crimson Tide knock off the #1 seed Carolina Tar Heels to make it into the Elite Eight. After a performance like that, it's only right that Nelson's name is mentioned alongside other North Dakota sporting greats like Carson Wentz.
It's definitely an honor. I love representing the state of North Dakota. I feel like there's a lot of great people, especially my hometown. I get nothing but love, it feels like. It's just looking up at guys like Carson Wentz, who stayed in North Dakota his whole college career and then went on to play professional. I think that's huge, and it gives me motivation to, go out and work my hardest to try to show more love to my state.
Okay, now maybe he's not at the level of Carson Wentz just yet, but Nelson and the Crimson Tide will take on Clemson tonight in the Elite Eight. Tip-off for that is scheduled for 7:50 p.m. on TBS. The Twins began their 2024 season with an opening day win over the Royals on Thursday afternoon. After taking a day off yesterday, the series resumed in Kansas City this afternoon. One man will not be featuring in Minnesota's lineup this afternoon, and that man is Royce Lewis. Twins president of baseball ops Derek Falvey gave an update on the infielder before today's game.
We had a chance to get an MRI, take a look at it, had our docs look at it, and basically break it down. He's got a severe quad strain, so it's significant enough that we're going to focus the next month time on recovery and return, and then ultimately we'll have a much better sense of protocol and timeline as to his return to play after. But it's significant enough he's going to have some significant time down.
Now the Twins are hoping they can do it today without Royce Lewis. We'll kick things off in the top of the second with 2 outs and a runner on second. Ryan Jeffers cracks the ball down towards third, and it's a great diving stop from Mikael Garcia to keep it scoreless. Top of the fourth now, Carlos Correa batting with runners on first and second. He lines the ball to left field, but it's a great diving catch from NJ Melendez to keep the Twins off the board. Now, Kansas City taking the lead in the bottom of the sixth, 2 out and 2 on. Melendez grounds the ball into the gap, and Bobby Witt Jr. will score for the Royals. They lead 1-0. Fast forward to the top of the eighth, Byron Buxton chops the ball into left field. Julian will score, and Buxton will slide in safely to second. This ties things up at 1 apiece. Minnesota will add 4 more runs in the top of the ninth. They'll go on to win by a score of 5-1. In other baseball scores, UMary would split their doubleheader today with Winona State. They'd take game 2. And then Minot State, they would lose both games to Wayne State. In softball, UMary, they would give it a run against Southwest Minnesota State, but couldn't quite get it done in game 1 or 2. And in softball as well, Minot State, they lose out to MSU Mankato in both games. That does it all for sports. We'll be right back in just a sec.